Wanted to dive in. My live that I did this past week was all about feeling uncomfortable and really honoring that on the journey while you are leading and achieving, while you are performing highly in your calling. So if you don't know me, my name is Bianca. I am a leadership and high performance coach, and I love helping ambitious women and aspiring and scaling female leaders that really are achieving and leading in every other way under the sun except their divine mission and calling. I want to help you bring that in and start really leading and achieving in your divine mission and calling fully, like all the way. So I want to start off with this concept of feeling uncomfortable. The way that discomfort shows up when you're really trying to step into and lead in your calling. Now, this is the huge major factor to why people don't do it. We think that we are supposed to be reaching the top goal. The reason why I want to break down the different angles and the different spaces of why I think, okay, if we get to the top goal, all of these blockages are just going to disappear. And that is like the complete opposite of what happens. It's like you get to the top and then you actually have to like handle holding that space and capacity of that thing that you've achieved, or that these new commitments that you've made, these new yeses that you've kept. You have to process and go through that point of increasing your capacity in that way. And then on top of that, you also have to honor and process the past stuff that you actually did not take the time to sift through and comb through and do, right? So that's what we're going to be talking about today. One of the major ways, there's one way, right? Self-sabotage. What is self-sabotage? Self-sabotage is you sabotaging your growth, you capping yourself, you limiting yourself, you not trying to step into the things you know you're supposed to be doing. It comes up for so many people. It could be, I'm not posting, I'm not applying to this place, I'm not taking my kids out somewhere, I'm not doing, like, connecting with this group and community, I'm not going to church consistently, I'm not doing all these things. Those are aspects of self-sabotage, right? And so if you don't take the time to really comb through where is the self-sabotage rooting from and stemming from, it will just, as you elevate, let's say that you're hustling and you're getting to the top and you do achieve, because as most of us ambitious women, we do actually achieve things, right? We do actually get to the top. It does happen, and it can happen even when you're not healthy, because you have the resilience, the tenacity, and the momentum to actually go through all that. But then you could have just focused on the self-sabotage first at the level that you're at, released it, and then like stepped into the new era or the new leader. So that's one thing. Another thing is procrastination. Procrastination is also a form of self-sabotage, but like procrastination really allows you to kind of just put things off. Like you're like, okay, I can get to this later. It's not a priority. And then like 2 years go by and you're like, I can get to this later. The blockages and the things are stewing in you, and harnessing energy within your body that you could be putting towards your calling and your mission. Honestly, we think like these things are small, but they're actually very big because they're still there. It's like background noise. It's not the greatest analogy. I was gonna say go into a coffee shop and like the sound is off. Going into a coffee shop and like you're hearing the music and it's there, but you kind of check out of it a little bit. Like I just want to kind of give you the image of like, it's in the background, it's background noise. So you think it's gone, but it's just gone because you're trying to be busy. It's not gone because it's actually gone and it's actually healed. So that's number 2 is procrastination. Another one is perfectionism. Thinking that everything needs to be perfect in a certain way in order for you to start stepping into your calling, start leading in your calling, start doing the thing that God is wanting you to do. You definitely don't have to be perfect. None of us are perfect. We have this thought that things need to be perfect. They need to look perfect. They need to be perfect. I need to know everything the way that I need to in order for this to happen. But even in like this, just say like spiritual world or in Christianity or whatever, like God be telling you, you take the first step. You listen to the thing, you obey the first thing, and then you kind of keep it moving. Over here, right? You keep it moving and you won't know the whole road, right? You won't know what's happening. God's just going to guide you to where you need to go next. So this whole perfectionism thing, there's no way of being like, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to show up. And then all the people that are going to be impacted by your creations, by your art, by your leadership, they're not going to be impacted unless you show up. So getting through self-sabotage, something else. Procrastination, perfectionism, those are three big ways, three big blockages that could be coming up for you. And then I would say the fourth one is just like checking out, just being like, I would say that's different from procrastination, because procrastination, you could still be doing other things. You know, you could still be doing other productive things and getting productive things done. But with checking out, it's like, I'm just checked out for 2 weeks. I'm just not gonna do anything. So you realize if you check out, then of course your performance is gonna not be great. Of course your efficiency is not going to be great, because you've stopped essentially. But you're not even seeing the root of why you've stopped. And that's when the thoughts of like, I'm not a leader, I'm not meant to be doing this. But it's like, you just stopped. You know what I'm saying? You just stopped what you were supposed to be doing. And you also didn't create breaks. One of the big things too, in my Sacred Feminine Leadership Immersion program, we honor the season that's happening. There's a level of healing, there's a level of connecting with God, there's a level of really tapping into like what it is that you're supposed to be doing. You need to build a new relationship with your body. You got to build a new relationship with God. You know, you got to build a new relationship with your temple, with your mindset, with all of this stuff in order to show up. And it could be like you're building a new relationship with all this stuff and you're literally starting from where you stopped, right? Because we think, okay, we've healed all the inner work, so that means that the outer work is just gonna shoot up. And it's like, no, you still have to take the action to make the other stuff happen. In the immersion, we do slow down enough for you to be aware of your patterns so that you can start speeding up. I am a high performance and leadership coach. So yes, there are seasons where I'm gonna be pushing you when I know that you've already done all this work. And I know that the checking out, or I know that the procrastination is setting in. But like, there's also a season for really slowing down and really like just noticing, what am I doing? All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you are interested, please go ahead and book a Sacred Clarity sales call with me. We'll dive more into the 3-month Sacred Feminine Leadership Immersion. I want to hear all about what it is that you feel like might be blocking you and hindering you from getting to your big goal, the goal that God has for you, the gifts and the mission that God has for you to bring into the world, on how you're supposed to be leading in your communities and leading in your homes and leading in your life. And yeah, I'm super excited for it. So go ahead and check out the 3-month Sacred Feminine Leadership Immersion. Bye.